Welcome back everybody to the Bros of Decay. I'm Leslie and today we are making our way again to another abandoned castle. And we're trying to find a way through these woods to this place. But it's very challenging actually, because there used to be a road here that's now completely gone. Let's see if we can find a way somehow to this place. It's starting to rain again at this point. It's been very bad weather today in France. And I hope to get a glimpse from the castle in a moment. Oh my God. Look at this place. Wow. Such a magnificent castle from the outside again. What a masterpiece. See you on the inside. Imitate time. It destroys everything slowly. It undermines. It wears always. It decays. And it does not wrench. Brace yourselves, because what we are about to show you today is something like you have never seen it before, and is also something that should not exist. This fairy tale-like castle found its origins in the 17th century, a time when France was still ruled by kings and queens. That said, this used to be a residence of the former king of France. He used it as his holiday home, but he wasn't the best neighbor, and that was until the township got furious at him, and they, as a result, invaded his place, after which he never returned to this imminent beauty. Decades went by without anyone stepping foot inside. This was until the family La Roch decided to secure this place and save it from its forthcoming death. The family lived here for centuries and they left their fingerprints all over this place. The last resident was entitled Madeleine. She passed away around the year 1990, and there was no one left after her to protect this beauty from its second round of abandonment. This is by far the most confounding place that we have ever explored on this channel. Let us go inside and show you the remains of what once used to be a place of greatness. Welcome back everybody to the Bros of Decay. I'm Leslie and today I have another mesmerizing documentary to show you. I am inside of an 18th century French castle. Yes, again, another castle from the Bros of Decay. And this week, I must say it again, it's the most mind-blowing and beautiful historical place that I've ever been inside. I've said that many times, but this one is truly true. I just told you the full story about this place, of Madeleine living here as the last person, probably till around the year 1991, 1990. So the place has been abandoned for more than 31 years at this point. The Decay is showing and I'm eager to take you around this place. Let's start off this episode. I'm really excited for it and yeah, let me show you what this castle has to behold. I want to thank Martijn behind the camera, of course, for filming this place for me. His link will be in the description. He's a Dutch urbex YouTuber and check him out, he deserves it as well. With that said, let's start off. We're standing here today in the office of the place, and here the owners of the place conducted their business. They had a heavy industries business. It was called La Roch. It's just the family name. It has a little acronym to it that I'm not gonna tell because I want to protect this place. The desk where these people conducted their business. And of course, already we can see religious symbols across coming back. These people were very, very religious back in the day. You see it always coming back throughout these places. These are depictions of ancient times, photos of religious moments back in history, and also stories related to them. Okay, a book chest, a bookshelf, where all the documents are stored. Let me show you, because behind these doors that are a little bit concealed, all the documents of the company La Roch are stored. Look at this. Even there's some sort of scroll here. Wow. Direction General. Oh, it's coming out. I want to show you. I don't, of course, want to reveal anything, but this is a plot of land somewhere here in France. A division of a plot of land that they probably were wanting to buy or something like that. And I was just looking at these books over here, these encyclopedia books, but they seem very fake. What? A concealed compartment? No way. All their paperwork and junk they could just hide behind here. Look at this. Newspapers from back in the day. How cool is that? I'm looking for a date. This one is from 1956. Very interesting. We can close it back up. So, ooh, almost hit my head there. Of course, all these ones are these hidden compartments. Crazy. Look besides here. A sword. Wow. This thing is probably worth thousands of euros. Just left behind here, gathering rust and dust over the years. And on this side of the wall, there are even more of these swords. Small ones, big ones, savable, stabbers, all these different kinds of swords that they collected over the years. Here in this room we also have a chaise longue, a very unique French chair or couch as you could call it, where the people could rest after a very busy day of work. I can still see the owner of the place laying here after a very mind-boggling day of work, just resting a little bit. A fantastic fireplace also in this room. The mirror above it, a beautiful crown molding all over the ceilings. I just love it, how rooms like these are designed. And right here behind you, we have another desk. And this one is actually way more interesting. We have a few typewriters, things that we don't see anymore these days. Very fascinating machines from back in the day. Some of my viewers might even have worked still with them. A few items here. Another typewriter. Underwood, one that I see regularly. Some goggles to watch over the fields that surround the castle. These people were lovers of hunting, so we're gonna see it as well throughout this place. And it's just crazy. This was a lighter. Wow, I think you would put the oil inside of here. Very interesting piece. Okay, this side I'm gonna skip. An accountancy desk as well, to this side. But again, some goggles on there. Yeah, his hunting heritage coming back, a little box. No. Wow. These people love their hidden compartments. We can see a book here with a hidden compartment in it where you could store valuables without the general public knowing it. Love it, totally love it. Even some medals here on the wall. These people were very influential, so they also got medals throughout their life. Wow. Wonderful. And then let's open up these grand mirror doors into the remainder of the castle. Wow. And here we walk straight into the piano room. A very important room that you always see in French castles. A French castle without a piano is not a true French castle. You can look through all my videos where I filmed an abandoned castle, and I don't think I can remember one without a piano. And mostly these pianos are big pianos. They are the grandest, the chicest pianos that you could acquire back in the day. It seems to be locked. Can I still? It functions still a little bit. Fascinating piece. Just have a look around this room. Wow. Love it. I'm just taking it in. I've already been inside of this place for 6 hours right now, and I can't get enough of it. I think back in the day there used to be a way bigger mirror behind here, but now it's just this small gold-plated mirror with a Maria statue in front of it. You can see the outline of the former mirror here on the wall. And behind it, this was the oldest wallpaper that they had in the castle. These crests on there. Fascinating. The marble fireplace underneath, with still some blocks of wood from back in the day. Wow. Martijn, come have a look over here. This is an ivory horn, I think, of some sort of animal. It could have also been a tooth of an elephant. Totally made of ivory, with these carvings in there. And underneath, we have these pictures of these women. This is probably a painted one, and this is a true ancient picture of this lovely lady. Wow. Even some music notes left here on this table. What do they say? For le restant, combien je voudrais, oh, de lit increase, décidez-la. Lovely. And what I'm going to show you right now is just mind-blowing. And this makes this castle for me the most amazing one that I've ever explored. Let's venture through these doors into the hunting room. Show the people what we are seeing. Over the generations that these people had this castle, they probably collected all these animal heads. And it's just a fascinating sight to behold. I'm not an advocate of hunting. I think it's okay, but it's also not good. But let the people do what they want to do. So let's just have a look around this room and show you what's left behind in here, because it's pretty special. First off, we have just a wall with deer heads and roe deer heads, small ones and big ones. You can see they shot everything that they got in front of their revolver, in front of their rifle. Small, big, they didn't care. Above here, another big deer head. And then hanging from the ceiling, we have a stork. And an animal that you just don't want to kill. But this castle has been going back from the 1800s. And before I show you the remainder of this room, let's first go into this dining area. Oh, this doorway is falling apart, excuse me. I almost ripped it apart. This castle is just in such a state of decay that we have to be very careful everywhere where we're walking. Look over here. This was the dining area of these people, where they had dinner together with the family. But now the whole table is completely scattered with all these deer heads, these animal heads from back in the day. If I count right, 5, 7, 10, 14 chairs around this table. So a very big family probably used to live in this place. There's also a boar in the middle of the table, as you can see. Wow. Here we have yet another beautiful fireplace. Wonderful marble. And I love this clock that's above here. You can see it has these marble pillars worked into it, and it's just fascinating to behold. What a piece. And we can here see exposed rock in the house. I think the wall has been slowly crumbling away over the years. As you can see, this is not normal for such a castle like this one. Up there, some beautiful crown molding worked into the ceiling. Fascinating. Let's just walk around the table and let me show you. Here you can see the other side from the animal heads. And over here on this little cabinet, we have some statues left behind of beautiful dog carving, probably made from brass. It feels very brassy. And this, everybody, what we are seeing here in front of us, is the family crest of this family. We can see it coming back all throughout the castle. I'm going to show you throughout this video. Wow. And then yet again, another beautiful cabinet with the crest as well up there, as you can see. The crystallier glasses are still in here after all these years. Welcome back into the hunting room, everybody. Let me show you just around this room right now. This is an animal that we have not seen before, and to my knowledge and looking at it, I think it's a fox. Yeah, it's probably been shot a long time ago. Oh, these poor boys. Look at these chandeliers and how they made them. All the antlers of the deers they collected and glued them together. There are also these teeth of the boars in the middle of it. Wow. I've never seen a chandelier like this one before. Truly fascinating piece. More animal heads to this side. Wow. If I'm correct, by looking at this animal, it's a buidelwolf, it's called in Dutch. Nepurial wolf, I think it's called in English. I'm not 100% sure, but it's an extinct animal at this point. 1868, the 23rd of April, it has been shot. No way, everybody. That's crazy. And up there is probably the biggest deer that this family has ever shot. Wow. Fascinating bird up there. This is truly a fierce wolf, fierce animal hanging here on the wall. 1883, and this one is shot on the 20th of January. We've not looked at the furniture in this room, but it's also very fascinating. Normally I would go very much in depth on the furniture, but in this room you just can't stop looking at all these animal heads. Wow, that's some nice carving here in the hand railing. I love it. And even here on the table, there are more of these wolves left behind. This is from 1879. Oh! We even have the hunting rifle, where they probably shot some of these animals with, left here, standing right next to the table. Okay, everybody, let's now go further throughout this castle. And first off, we're going to go through these massive doors that we see here in front of us, probably around 3 meters high. Okay, let's go. I think that's around 9 feet for my non-metric people watching the channel. Let's close this beauty up. There we go. And we now find ourselves in the hallway of this place. Where the people came in. No, the people didn't come in here. This is just a stairway that goes to the top floor. I haven't actually seen an entrance door to this place. Wow, they even decorated this hallway with numerous birds. Is this a pelican? I think this is a pelican. Wow. And look at this enormous hall tree that's over here. Here they hung up their coats when they came to the castle. And when they left the castle, they could also take an umbrella with them. Wow, what's this device? I have no clue what we are seeing here in front of us. This here to the side is an ancient fire extinguisher. Like we don't see them anymore. Extinguisher, this on the more hooves of animals here on the wall. And this is a tail of an animal. I love this painting that we have down here of these two children looking very curious at the person in front of them. One more thing I want to do. Oh, I thought you could go open it up. There's nothing inside of there. Wow. A weasel here on the wall. That's gonna take us upstairs. Just have a look at this stairway. Such a magnificent piece, everybody. Such a magnificent piece. Every single detail has been thought about. We have this red carpet that welcomes us upstairs and invites us into the private part of this castle, where probably not a lot of people have ever been. Oh, wow. And here, everybody, to the right, on this rudier that's hanging here on the wall, we have another time the family crest coming back, as you can see. A depiction of old school French hunters here on the wall. Maybe these were even the people that lived in this place. And then we come to the upstairs hallway with a beautiful sofa that's very inviting to sit on here in the middle of the place. I love the wonderful flowers that are on there. Wow. Maison de France, the royal family. Over here, all the royal people of of France have been depicted. We can see Louis, we can see Louis VI, Louis III, and Louis VIII, and Philip VIII. All these people that once ruled France are depicted over there. Wow. More animal heads up here on the wall. And this one must have been a very special one. Look at the carving that's around it. It's like a true trophy. Oh, and here in the middle of the hallway, hanging from the ceiling, we have this wonderful chandelier, just presenting this room. I would have loved to see it when it's nighttime and this chandelier is on and it's just lighting up this hallway. That must have been very spectacular. Let's now go into the most private part of this castle, the bedrooms themselves. And let's show you where these people used to sleep. Because that's also a very important part of this castle, of course. Bedrooms in these places were magnificent. And I hope to find some great ones in this one as well. We end up in some sort of a child's bedroom at first. We can see 2 beds to either side. Normally an adult person would have his own bed in one of these places. First off, let's have a look at the clothing that's in here. Oh, there are some costumes left behind. Truly beautiful clothing. These people were, of course, very wealthy. So they could splurge on things like this, of course. Everything still left in here. Can you imagine? Let's have a look at these beds, because they're quite fascinating. Pink tops, pink blankets on there. Here we have a religious statue to the right side. Wow. And also a little desk here in the middle of the room. Oh, you can see ink residue still left in here from when the people used to write with a feather. And this is some sort of a stamp for envelopes. You can see how the place is falling apart. The light that's shining inside of there is from the outside of this place. It won't take long anymore for this beautiful piece to fall apart. And I truly hope that the owners of this place, yes, it still has owners, do something with it. Let's venture into this room. Oh, excuse me, first, have a look at this. There's a fully made suitcase here on the floor. So they're probably ready to leave this place behind or to go somewhere on vacation, but they never went. Okay, again, falling apart. Oh, look at the room that we're entering into. Oh, this has to be in the top 10 of my most favorite abandoned rooms that I've ever found while exploring. I should make a playlist of them because I'm a true lover of abandoned bedrooms, actually. I always post them on my Instagram. Just a quick plug to myself. If you have not checked out my Instagram yet, just do it. The link is in the description. I post every single week about the places that I visit, and you can also get updates about my stories, where I'm currently exploring and stuff like that. So definitely a recommendation. So let's go further. I can keep looking at this beauty truly forever. The blue accents all around it are just amazing. You would call it a heaven bed, actually. And I think this was the master bedroom of this incredible place, where the owners of the place used to sleep. You can see the bed is still made after all these years. And Mrs. Madeleine, the last person living in this place, this was probably her bedroom where she slept. Beautiful carvings all over the bed. And of course, a religious depiction above it. It's very necessary in places like these. Wow, just have a look at the wallpaper over here. I truly love it. But when you look to this side, you can see it's again exposed rock of the castle coming back. And it shows us that this place is slowly falling apart. Back in the day, every single room in these abandoned castles, not abandoned castles, castles used to have a fireplace, because central heating, like a chauffage we see here to the side, had not been invented yet. And this one doesn't seem to have been connected. Oh, it has been cut off, as you can see. But that has been later added on, after the castle was built. Wow, I love this box. This is a depiction of the historical times. You would keep your jewelry inside of here. Fascinating book as well to this side. All the plants and animals around the world. All the diseases. Just a very big medical encyclopedia. Another glance at the bedroom. And over here to this side, the woman that lived in this room, Mrs. Madeleine, used to make herself beautiful in the morning in front of this vanity. And is again one of the most beautiful ones that I've seen while exploring abandoned places. Lovely piece, but also falling apart. Curtains, again in the same style as the bed. And then we have this cabinet here to the left. But again, the same style of carving coming back. It's just beautiful, like on my shirt. Nothing in there anymore. And even the nightstands right next to the bed are amazing. I love the woven mesh that's in front of it. And here we have some booklets on top. A religious depiction. Oh, Madeleine, that's the former owner of this place. And this was some sort of a little missionary Bible. Okay, let's keep going. Let's move out this chair out of the way. Maybe we can open this door up. Oh, it still is blocked by the chair. Okay, I need to move it further to access this part of the castle. Oh, this was our bathroom. Oh, no. Oh no, that's not something we're gonna do. Just gonna, oh my God, it's falling apart. It's falling apart. Okay, I need to be careful. You can see how this cabinet is bending. The whole floor is falling apart. I'm not gonna go into this room, but that was the bathroom attached to this beautiful bedroom. Coming again into the hallway of this place. Let's go further throughout it. This seems to have been a very big storage area after the castle got abandoned. You can see some new items, some old items. I don't know what it's used for. Here we can see still a brand new bed. And it's even in its packaging, just left behind like that. Wow. Maybe they wanted to renovate this place or something like that, but they never got to it. And that's very sad. Here we enter into another magnificent bedroom that unfortunately has also been used as storage. You can see the bed underneath that, and it probably was a child's bedroom. Wow. There's even a crib in front of here, a baby crib. Very beautiful. A tiny room. Here in front of us we can see the mirror. They also had this little cabinet, some glass elephants on there. I love it. Ooh, and here we come into a walk-in dresser, as you can see, with all the costumes of the former person still hanging here. It even smells like clothes in here, like new clothes actually. Wow, right from the little dry cleaning hanging over here. Amazing. And here we have a little shoe shining box, I think. With all these different attributes that they could use. A little cabinet for all the hats. And even the boxes of the hats where they bought them in are still in here. Bowl hats or bold hats, I think you would call them. Let me try one of these on. I really always wanted to try one of these on. Look at that. This must be very fancy on camera. Oh, let's put it back. And here right in front of us, we have this safe. Don't think it's open. No, it's completely locked. Wow. Let's venture straight through this bedroom. I see this very tiny door here at the end and I'm very intrigued by it, so I want to have a look. And this leads into a bathroom, yet again. Oh, a nice bathtub with paws underneath, but very, very tiny paws. There's also a very not so special bathroom. Wallpaper peeling off, as you all can see. Wow. And I forgot to show you this one. This is the toilet of the room. Very typical French toilet with a reservoir up top. And let's now take a look on the balcony. Let me try to open this up because it probably hasn't been opened in a very long time. Unfortunately, the window doesn't want to open anymore, so let's go further with this exploration. Let me show you the remainder of this place. And over here we come into another hallway. A less fancy one as the first one we saw. Still a very nice hallway. Going up 4 flights of stairs to the top floor that we are going to check out in a minute. Wow, look at all these. These are not painting but certificates that they got. Oh, this is the same lady as we saw downstairs in the piano room. She's called Maria Constance. She's part of the family and born in 1939, and she lived until 1839, excuse me, and lived until 1911. Oh, love to see those. An army man with a sword in his hand. It's probably the same sword as I was just holding down in the bureau. A pink wallpaper in this room. Let's go now, go further to the last room that we have on this flight of stairs. Have a look at this. Again, 2 child beds left here. Probably from girls. You can see the pink wallpaper here on the walls. And one of the former owners we have here on the side. Oh, she looks lovely dressed, as you can see. More pictures of these people down here. Men with hunting rifles, probably going out in the fields to catch those animals that they shot for their emblems downstairs. I love these 2 beds together here. Such a unique sight to behold. Wow. And even had these leather shoes in front of it. Totally lovely. Here's the same woman riding a horse. And what's behind this door? Oh, a little washing area. With a sink, but no toilet. It's just to wash yourself at night, your face, and brush your teeth. Lovely. Just knocked the door into this nightstand that's here to the side. And here we can see the working class of France from back in the day. The farmers, the shopkeepers, the servants of the castles. Must have been a very tough life back then. Another wardrobe. This one's completely empty. Oh, and they also had a studying desk in this room. Lovely piece. Look at these golden clocks or these copper clocks that they have above here. Wow. Oh, shells that they got from the beach. Lovely. Ooh, this seems like some sort of a medical instrument. As you can see, it's these veils or a scientific instrument. I'm not 100% sure. It's very ancient and old. Love it. Oh, pictures. Noel, Christmas from 1915. Oh, wow, this is lovely. Here they are laying water. Oh, water distribution through this town. You can see they are laying the first pipes of water distribution. Here is the flood and Brussels, my country. An old tractor. Oh, I love this photo album. I can go through it forever. This is a dining room in the school, in the école, as you can call it in French. Working people. Lovely. These photo albums are amazing. I would love to take them home and look through them forever. Wow, beautiful pieces. Today we have the privilege of choosing which staircase we want to take to the top floor. And I'm choosing this one right now, the other one, because we should have had every single one of those. Also look at the spider webs that are in this place. They're just taking over. Even more here on the windows. Wallpaper is just falling off the sides of the walls. Now coming to the top floor. I'm gonna have a look what we can find up here. Can already see a very nice room in the corner of my eye. But first we have a painting of some deers on the landscape around the castle. Again, another child's bedroom, I think. Two identical beds right next to each other. This seems to be very common in France, to sleep the children of a castle. And these are wonderful rooms. A gold-plated mirror they had here to the side. Oh, look at this bird. You can completely see its skeleton. It has been laying here for a very long time. Wonderful. Here is the wardrobe where they put all their clothes. And they even had a toilet up here. Wow, with a little bidet. Let's close this beauty up. I'm curious about this room here at the end. Ooh, a very small and narrow toilet we have over here. Oh my god. Why did they put it in this room? I'm not sure. They should have put it together with the other one. And we close it again. Okay. A very long hallway with lots of bedrooms that we have to cover, waiting in front of us. I love the chandeliers that they also had in this room, in this castle, all throughout. Let's see what this room has to behold first. It's not very special in any way, shape or form compared to the remainder of the castle. Oh, excuse me, I saw one thing, and that's this mirror. Wow. That I had to show you all. This one in front of us is amazing. Wow. I think we just ended up in another master bedroom. So probably multiple families used to live in this place. What a bed are we seeing here in front of us? The carvings on it, just mind-blowingly beautiful. Depicting these angels, this pirate here in front of us. A still-made bed. And every single room in these places always matches the wallpaper with the blankets, with the curtains here on the window. Fascinating. This bed even has wings, as you can see. And here to the right of it, we have a nightstand with this clock on top of it. And I must say, this clock is just wonderful. Marble in there. We have a little statue of a dog in the middle of it. Fascinating clock face. And even the chairs in this room are a sight to behold. A little stairway leading up to a window, and I want to try to open this one. I want to see if I can get outside. on this one. Yes. The wind is blowing very rapidly today. It's very windy. So excuse me if you don't hear me right. Here you can see the towers of the castle to either side of it. Wow. What a place to behold. Overlooking the forests in the distance. This is where these people lived back in the day. And then the wonderful other side of the room, with a very tiny mirror, I must say, on the walls. Just compared to the other things in the room, this one is very tiny. Above this marble fireplace. They had these veils up here, probably for oil. I don't know why it would have been in this bedroom, but that was the purpose of it. Some candles to light up. It must have been wonderful to be in this room with the candles light up. The oil lamp that we have here in front of us, and then a mirror above it. Wow. This wardrobe. Wow. Very same style as the bed. But again, the carvings and everything, the face that's up here. Just mind-blowing. Ooh, that sound. I don't like that sound. I just don't like it. Ooh, that's harsh. Then this upholstery chair here in the corner is also very, very neat. Let's go further to the left, and yet again we end up in the hallway, but now from the top side. As you can see, here's the chandelier that's hanging towards the downstairs. Oh, what's this? Totally peeled off. I think this is a bedroom. Yes, it is, everybody. Yes, it is. The whole wallpaper from the ceiling has just come down, and this room is in a very bad state of decay. I'm very sad to say this, but I don't think this castle will be ever restored anymore. The only thing that's waiting for it is probably demolishment. They should renovate this place, or just give it to somebody who can. Same style of bed as we saw downstairs with the heaven bed. I mean, like the carvings that we have on it. And then still made, with again all the accents coming back everywhere. I just can't keep looking at this wall of carpet that's in front of us here. A nightstand right next to the bed over here, with a marble top again. Lovely piece and a chamber pot underneath. Let's have a look throughout this room. Again, a chaise longue here in the middle of the room for the former owners to rest in at night. Maybe read a book in or something like that. I love the style of these couches. Wow. Blue curtains. Look at this. Completely falling apart. I love this wardrobe as well. What a piece to behold. Oh, every single room in this place is just something else, something beautiful, and that's truly what I love about exploring these castles in France. They are so historical, and you can see how these people used to live. Normally you would never be able to see this, even not in a museum. This is something truly unique. So tell this further, tell your friends and family about this channel, and help me explore these places around the world, and mostly in France actually. Okay, that was this room. Yet again another fireplace. And we have a painting worked into the frame of this mirror above there. Wow. Here we can see a servant coming to the royal people with a serving of food. I've just shown you the entire castle of the family La Roch, their royal place and all their artifacts that are left behind in here. But now it's time to take you to the servants' quarters, where the servants of this family used to live. It's also a very interesting part of the castle because the family La Roch never used to come in these parts of the castle. So it's a very different landscape. Let's go there right now. Okay. We are finding ourselves at this point again downstairs in the hallway. But if you have noticed, there is a doorway behind there that takes us to a different part of the castle. I can immediately see how the height of the ceiling changes as we walk into here. Let's go further through here. And then we find ourselves in the first room of the servants. The family La Roch was very kind, so they gave them some nice cabinets in this place. You can see this was the little dining area that they had for themselves. They could just chill out after a long day of working. Wonderful carvings in this one as well. You can see some basic items like candles, an oil lamp down there. Wow. And all these pictures around here. Totally amazing. And even still, one of the cleaning appliances is still here. I want to also go to this side. Let's see. Over here, we have another room. Oh, look at this. There is the food elevator that would take the food from the basement to the upstairs here. And then this used to be a door, and that leads to the dining area. But now it's just not there anymore. You can see there's a plank behind there. Yeah, this is how they used to work. I love to always show these parts of the castle as well, because they show the real life. They show the true story of these places. Let's now venture into the basement and check that part out. First gonna go to the right here, because that's the part where the food elevator ends up in. You can see it up there. It comes down all the way. And then here, to the left, we have the kitchen of the place. Wow, enormous kitchen, and probably lots of servants as well, because they used to eat down here. They maybe also worked for the family on the fields or something like that. Telephones here, lots of telephones. And these are the fireplaces where the food was cooked. Sugar, vinegar, tea, rice. An enormous stove to cook all the food for the family and the servants on. Wow. I love this stove that we have here in front of us. EML it says on there. Wood stove. Lots of cooktops. And look at this enormous safe that we are seeing here in front of us. No, as I thought, it was not open. What a beauty. Then to this side we have all the pots and pans hanging on the wall. Copper pots and pans that they used to cook the food with. Even the scale and the weights are still here, down to the smallest of the smallest weights. Let's place that back nicely. And let's venture through this basement and see how it looked like. The washing area we have over here, with the press over there to press the bed linen, to rinse all the water out of it. Over here, all the bed linen for the castle were stored. The workers used to put this all here, and when they needed it, they brought it up to the family. All the towels, all the blankets, all everything left in here. Even the washing rack or the drying rack is still here. It's a completely empty room. I suppose that the servants also would have slept down here, but I'm not sure. Where would they have slept otherwise? This seems like it used to be a bedroom of some sort. Maybe the bed was somewhere in here. And then we're ending up with the last rooms of the place. Here's the stairway that leads back up. That's the other stairway. And I think these were the bedrooms for the servants. Oh, they even had some antiques stored down here. This is something for the garden. Two boys holding it up. So I've just shown you the entire castle. What a pleasure to walk through here. But now I'm starving. Let's go to the shop and buy some food. And then let's end off this video because wow, it's one hell of a place. After being inside of the castle for 7 hours, everybody, it's now time to just relax. Enjoy the evening. Have a nice barbecue. Ooh, spicy. And yeah, we're just gonna wind down. I want to thank you all for watching this week's episode. It was an amazing place to explore, a very historical and very grand castle, like I love them, and I know you do as well. If you like this week's video, please like it, subscribe to the channel if you're new here, and write me a nice comment. The barbecue's going well, I see. So yeah, I will see you next week in another beautiful episode that we're gonna launch, and bye bye, I love you all very, very much.